Yes, we are on. So, hello again. I actually started this video about half an hour ago, and then this program I doing it on. It's just started drawing different windows on me. So, hopefully, this time, fingers crossed, we can get through the whole story. Anyway, welcome to my channel. If you new and if you not new, thank you for coming back. And I appreciate you all and thank you for your time and everything, all your love and support in the comments. So here we go. Today I reacting to guy who comes here as well. His name is Hush James. I hope so. Or something like that. Sorry, I have a block with the names and the numbers, but some names I remember very easy. So if I have it wrong, I'm apologizing. He said he had an operation of the hip, and in a comment, so it's public, it's nothing secret, and he would like to know how to use the aloe or tell me about the aloe more information because he would like to use it for healing the scar. And with the aloe vera, believe me, I don't know where to start. My name is Kvietka. I live 40 years on fruit, and I know this beauty, this amazing nature medical since I'm 30 years old. I went visit some friends. They have it on a balcony. The big pot fully overflow with this plant. Like you can see this plant here. That's the part. Here, that's the part which was in the soil. This was already above the ground. And my friend who helping me with the garden, he brought it because he said it wasn't in a good place. I should find a better place for it. So I'm going to plant it soon, but I want to show you also how I'm using this. Aloe vera, it's the oldest known medical plant in a history recorded. It has 100% of water. I mean, sorry, smudge that. 99% of water, and from that, 1% is the gel, which contains so many goodies. And if you never use it and you start using it, you would know what I'm talking about. I'm using it as painkiller and healer when I have injuries because I'm disabled. I'm very prone to injuries and I get many of them throughout all those years. Usually it's a sprained ankle or I fall somewhere, and the, the fall leaves me with the pain because when I walk, I fall there and there often enough. And sometimes it's all okay, but sometimes that's where I get very bad fall, and then I have to take care of it to make sure it heals well and make sure I don't need to suffer pain. This is also painkiller. This is excellent for sunburn, uh, to heal the sunburn, I mean, and lot of other things. That 1% of the aloe of the gel contains about 70 different components, including vitamin B12, with a lot of enzymes, minerals, for what people who are interested in that, you can look into it, you can search for it, how rich this little beauty is potent. It's highly potent natural healer. So you can apply it topically and you can also drink it. You can put it in some people put it in a salad, but I don't like that because I don't like that jelly kind of texture. I don't like jelly. I never ate jelly. For me to see it was good enough. Uh, Not appetizing for me at all. I didn't find it appetizing. That's what I tried to say. So this is the one needs to be replied soon. I have another one needs to be replied. And another one. I love this plant because it helped me with throughout all these years with the toothaches. And even when I was not well, maybe during the, because I was detoxing something or the heavy, I was also drinking it. So it's a big here for now. And, see those little white spots on the plant? That's indicating that's the aloe, real aloe vera because there is around 700 species of aloes. There is another aloe vera. Have it here somewhere? No, I don't. I was cleaning, so obviously it went somewhere. And I bet you when I finish the video, I will write it on the front of me. And that aloe calls aloe candelabra, and that one is even more potent, but at least I think 7 times more potent than this real true aloe. This is calling true aloe vera, and that other one is aloe vera candelabra. This is this can be even get bigger, but not so much bigger. But the candelabra grows in a very tall, maybe meter and a half kind of bush because it's keep making babies. I wish I know where is that car, but anyway, not to worry. Because I was so busy this week that this is really quickly because tomorrow I have to do video and I just couldn't do it any other day because each day I was so busy that when I could relax, I just relaxed and ate and forgot about everything and it was getting late even with the light. Even today there is not very good light. I have to go all around the places to look for the best light so you can see something. Unfortunately, I'm not learning yet the technology. Even if I want to, I just can't because there's constant things coming to me. I have to sort out, I have to organize, I have to do phone calls, I have to write emails. And often I don't even make it in a garden. But yes, this week after a while, I managed one day in a garden. And that was like so beautiful. I even get a little bit like too more red, but I don't feel the burn or anything. It's not really burn, but the skin got worse. And again, because I don't know what I'm doing, I don't have a knife. This is my bee knife, but I don't know how to use it. I don't want to cut myself. So I use the scissors. So I show you how to use aloe. Aloe itself has healing, its own healing property as the humans. We can heal if we have a good conditions for it, if you open door to it, as I said in a past video, that last video, but this, if you cut it, if you need just a little bit, just don't take whole leaf. If you have it in a garden or in a pot, just cut the piece you need. Because after you cut it, the cat will within 20 hours, 24 hours seal. And the leaf, I used to take them overseas, the biggest I have at home. I used to take like 3 leaves with me because in a case I have some injury, because in Czech Republic it's almost unknown plant. And even when I see it at some people's houses, they even didn't know what it is for. They just have it just like indoor plant. But mind you, aloe like to have a lot of light. It could have a shade as well, but it must have a lot of light. Otherwise, the leaves grows too long, too skinny, and we don't want that. We want the most broad leaves possible. And I tell you why I won't use this one, I use this one. This one is pretty dry, you can see he's more flat. Like this one already have a bit more gel in it. You can see really well here the white spots indicating true aloe vera. And where is the scissors here? And so you just cut the bottom. And here you see the yellow latex. That's a laxative. So people who have a constipation for a long time, this is the natural, very good, very potent laxative. You don't need to use much of it. Some people say it's toxic, but it's not true. It's laxative. And if you don't want a laxative, you just cut the leaf more up, and then it's okay. I also learned the less the water the leaf has, the gel is more bitter. It's excellent for people who have a digestive problems. You can also drink it, and it's good for the skin, just for the skin and hair care. But I used to also drink it after I get very sick after getting the local anesthetics at the dentist. So maybe vaccine that it was. So I just cut. I don't want to do all leaf, but you can do all leaf in the same fashion. Depends how much you need. I imagine James. Uh, I don't even know if I mention it because I'm doing video second time. James asked for this video, not ask for this video, asked me question about aloe. So I told him I'm going to do a video, and I hope his name is James. Hi, James. Hello. Maybe I'm saying this second time, so forgive me, because I just don't want to get into what's going on now in my life, but I feel like I'm running marathon, and I'm looking forward to the end. So what I'm doing now, easy once you cut those spikes from the sides. I should have a knife, but I was rushing and I forgot to bring it. And now you see inside there is a gel. You can put it in your hair, in your skin. Like I got really red skin from holding that aloe, scratching those dry leaves. So I just like this, put it on my hand. Yeah. And soon I feel relief. Maybe you can see on my skin how is it bit. So then this part, which is flat, I show you on the leaf. So the leaf is bent like this. So this part, once you separate it, is straight. You know, you can put it on your forehead. If you have a headache, you will get bigger part. You can put it all over your forehead. That will also help. And this part, and this part have a much less of the gel on it, but this part has a main amount of the gel. This leaf was pretty dry. That plant wasn't looked after well. Plus, is well trying to look after it, but still the bottom leaves, they were too old, they needed to taken out, and because nobody was there, was not available looking after it, so the bottom leaves are a bit more dry. And then you get what I again don't have. The best way I learned with the years, I just get a spoon and from the top to the bottom, I scrape, it goes easily down the gel. I scrape the gel in a jar. This is already old, this is look murky and stuff, but that's okay, that's no problem. It doesn't look attractive, but it's very potent. Actually, the older it is more potent. The same with the plant. The older it is, it's more potent. Aloe leaf also, aloe plant also multiply very quickly, very easily. Not long time ago, I bought this plant. It looked really thick, and it had a lot of long ones coming out on a long stem like this, you know, long stem. This was in the soil, but this white part was on the ground. And so, see, this is the stem. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was 4 of them like that. So I cut them off, and they making the babies. Already a lot of babies come up and some of them already nice size. And when they get bigger, I replant them again. It's never good to replant really tiny baby. They took off with more difficulties. Also, if you put too much water, you can damage the plant. You can even take it live. So you could not have it because it will go into plant heavens. And here I just by accident handling it. Look, this is already making the roots. So this is ready. And it easily went off. I just touch it a little bit and that can be planted. But never water it after you plant it. Also, it's good to leave it on the air. That's why I didn't put this one right in. It's actually, some people say it's succulent, but I learned it's some belongs to some lily family, but it's people think it's succulent because as succulent it keeps lot of water, moisture in leaves. And this baby, that's even smaller, but that also have a little already developing the little, developing little roots. So that's that. I show you my today breakfast as well. My breakfast today, I already ate half of it. It was more heat. Anyway, so what do you do with that leaf? So the Hajj James, he had operation, so he would, best for him would get the longest leaf possible. nice plumpy with a lot of juice, and cut it just as I've shown. I show you again, you just cut it from the bottom of the plant, and then you cut those teeth off, those spikes. They're not sharp, but they can scratch you, you know. When I work around the aloes, I got a lot of scratches. Then you open as you have that, open the top, and then you have a pieces like this. So first I use the flat one, which doesn't have a magic gel, and I just apply it to the place where it needs the healing part, and the the plump bent part I will just stick on. And because this doesn't have a magic gel, it will just stay there like this. It would not drop off. But when the leaf is full of gel and it's really moist, then when you open it, you can see a lot of gel. It's even can stretch, like, you know, when people eat that pizza or something like that cheese, the gel's like going forever. You have to, I sometimes just do this with my hand to get it on my hand, and then I might be just rub it in my hands, and then I use it. And when it's fresh, freshly cut, it would not stay like this on your wound. But once it is using it, it's used for a while, it will dry out a bit and then it will stay like this. Sometimes I even forget, may put it on my forehead like this, and after a while I forget I have it there, and then I may look for it. I said, where I put an aloe leaf? And it's on my forehead. So, as you can see here, it stays there. I love this plant. I just so excited about this plant because I was always, not always, uh, I mentioned in one video a while ago that I used to take medication when I was very young, when I have a cold and flu. It is it really bad, and then I learned why I am taking it. They are healing herbs. You know, my mom used to give it to us when we were small and stuff. She also, with the years, forgot about it, but she also went back to it. But I went back to it many years before her. I was only in very early 20s when I started just getting from the nature wild herbs, and I would dry them for the winter as well, use them fresh as well when they were available during the season. This is what you want to have at home. You can order it online, you can buy it in a nursery, and just this is your first bite. Everybody should have it at home because it really helps with the pain, and I like to use it when I have tired eyes. I just do this. And when it's have a lot of gel, this is again dry. When it have a lot of gel, the gel can get even into your eye. Once I get some from the garden, I was working in a garden, I got some speck of something into my eye and it was really hurting me. And I went in a dam, I swam with the open eyes, I thought that will help. That didn't. Mind you, I don't like swim with the open eyes, I never do that, but this was just to get the derby out, a little piece of something, and I was trying different things, and not long I thought of aloe. So first I got the aloe, I make sure it's going to have a lot of gel, and I just was applying the gel like this and try open my eye and just put it like more in, and that was out within few minutes, and my eye was relieved. But because my eye was scratched from the piece of something from the garden, I was like this. For a while, I just was sitting like this and holding the aloe on my eye. If you lie down, you can just again leave it there. No worries. It's very good for eyes. When you have a tight eyes, or just use it as in the name of care, it feels beautiful. Now you can put it all over your face, your neck. It feels nice, and very good for bites, any scratches, anything unpleasant like this. Also, the aloe take a lot of heat in. So when I have an injury and I put an aloe leaf on, very quickly it's get really hot. It draws out the heat from that injury, but so I take it off, and within few seconds it's fully cold again. It's very quickly uh, adjusting to the temperatures, and so it's simple as that. Open your leaf, stick it on a place, and say I have an injury here. I use it also when I cut my fingers. So when I cut my finger, I will cut about this piece. I will put a straight one because it's soft, more pliable, like this one. But this one is also pliable because it was dry. So in a way, the dry leaf is very good. For that reason, if you need it, wrap it around your finger when you healing your fingers. Something wrong with there, or there's something wrong with your fingernail. You just wrap it up, and then I put a band-aid over it, and I sleep with it. And next morning, voila, big progress in healing. Now I have itchy eyes because it's drying. That job. How to drink it? But you have to be careful with it. If you drink too much, it still may work as the strong laxative. See, I now even get something in the eye. Anyway, it's all good. Uh, so you never put too much because you don't want use laxative if you don't, if it's not real emergency, life threatening emergency, because if some people can have a constipation for a long time, and that can be very dangerous. So you just best is get more dry it is, more bitter it is. So if you wanna drink it, you better get some plum leaf. And this is good example. Just give me a second. This is see, this is how sealed is that leaf. The aloe have a self-healing properties just as the human body. So when you cut the leaf or some animal knock it off or whatever you, because when it's really full of water, it can break easily, especially the ends of the leaf. And So I would drink, see this part, cut always that off. You can see the difference in the color. Here is more, where am I? Bright, and then it's getting darker. So when just on that border you cut it, cut to this part, and this would be for me for a drink. If you drink it sometimes, I got sick from something. Maybe I binged on something and it didn't agree with me in the past. And I would get sick in my stomach. Or when I binge on avocado, I got sick in my stomach. So what I would do, I will cut about that much, just for the idea. I have a big forehead, but and again as before, take those leaves out, open it, scribe with the spoon in a border, and I will have to cut it really fine in that border, or I used to blend it before, but with the stick blender, but I don't do that anymore. I just cut it with the knife in a tiny pieces, like, and then stripe it while it's, I will cut it while it's still on a leaf with the knife many times. Then with the spoon, I will scrape it in that water and I will sip that water. And if I sip it out and I don't feel better, I will cut a little bit more. So you just have to play it by the ear. It depends, you know. And sometimes when I got sick from something like that in the past, and this is what I like on aloe, it does what the body really wants to do. It's either fully soothe our digestive system, I'm not feeling sick or any discomfort, and it's fine. And sometimes it made me make me throw out because the body doesn't want whatever I ate go further. So it takes care, it's so smart, take care of what's needed. So it's simple. Anywhere where it's your fine, stick it on and have it there. If say I cut myself here somehow, so I get band-aid, sometimes just a hanky, and I just go around it, make a little knot, and I can doing things, and I know it's there, and the longer you can leave it there, better. But it's good to always take it off after a few hours, wash the skin, put it back, because too much, it's also no good because we know if we put ours because of high content of water, but the skin may turn white if you have it stuck there for a while, but once you take it off, the skin very quickly comes to itself, the white disappears, so it moist, put the moisture very fast in the skin, in really deep layers of the skin, but once you take it off, it dries out fast, but the gel stays in. Just that water, not the gel, not the goodness, but the water will go with the other water. You know how water travels. So it's easy plant to grow, but if you grow it indoor, make sure it has a plenty of light. Otherwise, the leaves grow too narrow, and you the wider leaf better because if you have some bigger injuries, you can apply uh, just big leaf on one spot, one long leaf, Like James said, he have a really long scarf, so he would love to have some very long leaf like this and just stick it on. And best is to lie down anyway after such a injury, so it's best good place like hip, you can just hold it with your hand because that would be difficult place to tie it on. And also make some of this and keep applying it there and then. Maybe when you don't want to hold the leaf anymore, you can just keep applying this and be careful because this stains. It looks like blood stain, and if you put it on your clothes or any fabric, you will never wash it. So it's important to be very careful with with that. If you don't want to destroy some of your favorite garment, I'll make a wet my nose with it. I don't like the wet nose. So aloe can be used as food. It's also classified as food because it's so nutritious. So it would be good plan to have it for survival. Maybe there is not much food around, but to get the good nutrition, you just drink or eat aloe vera gel, as I said, or gel. But as I said, not too much. You will have to take it bit by bit throughout the day, not all at once. Otherwise, it may go right through you. It happens to me once when I was learning about this plant, but I was in a safe place. It just come out like water. Aloe vera is also good for immunity. It supports your good immunity. It's very good for our body, in or out. So again, when I was going through this heavy duty detox, I will drink aloe vera every day. In a jar, you just scrape the leaves in a jar and they will very soon ooze the liquid. This is maybe week old, as I said, it doesn't look very attractive, but it's very potent. Although it is in a jar, it seems to be more potent. And you can, I sometimes change the jar because it sits on also on the walls of the jar, like this jar needs to be changed. And that's it. So, aloe vera, here we come. What's the time doing? Time is still good. Aloe also support general vitality. So again, with people who doesn't feel much, for some reason, don't have much energy because for whatever reason, drink it. The aloe will heal the reason as well as support the vitality. And I noticed some people sell the flowers at the markets. I sell, why you selling it just as the flowers? And they said, no, no, the flowers also have a healing properties and people make a tea from it. But I would not make a tea from it. I will put it in my salad, but I don't do it because if I need it, I just use the leaf, the gel from the leaves. That's a beautiful one. I have a lot of big ones. They somehow disappeared from the garden, but that's okay. They here easy to buy and they like This one I bought for $2 at a local fruit shop, selling the local fruit. So that's very cheap. And I have so many plants. So I already 4 of them put in other pot plants, pot, pot, pots. And now I have like new come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and those 16 new plants. So I recommend it to every house. First, any healing, you may feel sick. I mentioned story in one of the videos in the past, how my mom, when she was here last time, she suddenly felt so sick. She actually called me and told me she thinks she's dying. First thing I did, I went, I picked a good leaf for her, I make a aloe vera drink for her, I blend it in the water, she would not handle the pieces. And she was sipping, she didn't want it. She said, I'm sick, I can't drink anything, or I can't even look at it. So I gave her a straw and I said, just sip it slowly when you can with the straw, just tiny sips. I said, you have to take it. You see, it will help you. Within 15 minutes, she forgot she was sick. She was running in the garden again. So this is the powers of the plant I fell in love with just seeing it. I got naturally attracted to this plant. And I'm learning with the time, usually the plants I'm attracted to, they either very, they are either healing or edible plus healing. This is one of them. Edible plus healing, but as I said, you have to take it because it's so potent. Even if you eat it, you eat about that big part of the leaf. And as I said, you have to test it on yourself because we all may have a different tolerance to different things. See, this redness already is really receding. It's not as bad as before. I hope I showed it properly before. So I just stick to, and when the area is bigger and the leaf is not thick enough, you can put just 2 next to each other. Yeah, so when I when I start using aloe vera, I got it from those people with the big pot. I seen it for the first time. I asked them if I can have a plant. They said take as much money you want because the pot have at least hundreds in them. It was a big pot. It was magnificent. And so I took like, because I had a garden, I always had a garden. When I lived in a house that is called flat. So I use like, I pick maybe 10. I put them in a garden. When they start spreading, I was giving it to people I know, recommend it to them to use it, telling them how to use it. And I help many people with it. And like some of my neighbors here in Australia, sunburned, or they were really bad sunburn. Or my nephew, when he was here once, he got really bad bite from caterpillar. Caterpillar, they can be really bad, give you bad bites. I was bitten only once, but little caterpillar. But they make like how big the caterpillar is, that big is kind of the bite. And it's really itchy and it's healing for a while. Obviously depends from caterpillar to caterpillar. But he said it was big caterpillar. So I sent him for the leaf. I prepared the leaf for him. I put it on for him. I bent it. I know it was somewhere on his hand, maybe this far. And again, within hour, he forgot he has some injury. It like works really fast. Obviously, he didn't have to wait 1 hour to get release of the pain, the discomfort it was giving him, but he used it only for half an hour and then he didn't never use it again. That's the trick. Then the trick. So also what you can do, you can cut the leaf as I told you, scrape with the spoon to gel, gelpe in a jar. And while it's really fresh, the juice from the leaves will ooze in a jar, and then you can, that gel oozed out, you can put it in a glass and put the water or fruit juice or whatever you drink, not the alcohol, obviously, and you just drink it that way. That's the other way to prepare aloe vera for drinking. And then when it's get really old, this is little, it turns that dark. This is not much. See how dark it is? So there is certain process. It may smell not very good, but don't throw it away because it going through the process, which is okay. I'm using it even in that stage and I never have a problem with it. And when it's get really dark like this, then you can keep it forever. I once forgot this dark brown aloe vera in a jar and I got some really lot of bad bites or something. And I, uh, for some reason, didn't want to go to fetch the leaf, or I couldn't, or what have you. And I remember I still had little bit left over of really old, it was almost black uh, aloe vera gel. And I said, I just try apply that. That was on the beginning when I learned about this new thing because putting it in a jar, I'm doing it only in the last 10 years. Before I would always use just leaf, as I told you before. And I tried and very potent. It's very potent. I would not drink it. I would always, if I drink it, I will always use fresh leaf. But topically, you can use it. There is no problem. And also the smell goes away. Maybe I already said it. I'm a bit, how you call it, fidgety because I have a little bit sore back because I was very busy this week, including tidying up there and there a few corners in the house because the house still needs a lot of work on that level. And I just do what I can bit by bit when I am available to do so. So I have a, but that's okay. It will get better. Oh, I will lie down after I finish this video. So if you don't have an aloe vera at home, please get it. If you live in places like Canada, we have a few Canadians here, or any place when it's really cold in Europe through the winter, keep it in a house closest to the light as much you can, and don't over it, don't overwater it, because especially not during winter time, because you can lose the plant altogether with the roots and all. So make sure it's rather, if you don't think about it, it likes fertilizer, and the best fertilizer for aloe is this. So all the bits and pieces left over I'm using for what have you, I will cut it in pieces, put it in a jar with the water, with the pieces, all pieces, and then the liquid I will dilute with the water and water with it, not only aloe vera but other plants. It's very potent. It's a green fertilizer. It's again, you can see if you use it within a few days, the plants are just really happy. And this is must. This is miracle plant. It works with everything. Doesn't matter what's wrong with you inside your body, drink it. On your skin, apply it topically. Your eyes, apply it. If you have a toothache, what I used to do, I used to cut about like, you know, about, I didn't tear it well, as you can see. If that was straight, I will just like this, apply it to my gum. I have a teeth now, like, but apply it to the gum. It's again will stick after a while. I can hold it. When it was inside, I hold it. Say I have it here, problem with the gum, I will put it inside on the gum and then with my hand hold it like this to make sure it sticks, and I could even sleep. It will also keep shifting when it's really jelly, but once the gel start getting inside and it's drying more out to leave, then the gel doesn't move at all. And if the pine was really bad, the leaf get hot. I felt it's hot. Sometimes it even cooked the aloe leaf. I will take it out and it will be fully brown. It will look cooked. It felt cooked. That's why I'm saying that was like in the morning I used to take it for a night so I can sleep well. And in the morning it was cooked. And it was like so like you can feel it doesn't have a life anymore in it. And off it went in a garden and I cut a new piece if I need more healing done. Actually, my teeth wasn't so bad when I decided to get rid of them, but I have a reason for it. I made a whole video about it in the past. And I remember now in last video, I forgot the name of Nikola of Tesla. I forgot his name is Nikola. I remember it when I finished doing the video. And I also put a link of that very interesting documentary. It's up to date. If you're interested in the natural ways of healing, I fully recommend it. It's in the description of last video, which is named, uh, I don't know, but something healing natural, healing naturally, or heal naturally, heal naturally. Again, if I remember right away or later on, I will put a link on the description of this video. And yeah, I was fascinated by that video. I read few books about Nikola Tesla and very fascinating stories. Also, the books, talking about the books, once I learned about aloe vera, I went into library and I learned there are so many books written about aloe vera alone. And when I start reading some of them, I understood why. Your dentist would never say it. I never heard it from the dentist, but the book said it's used very successfully in the dentistry. Where was the dentist using it, I don't know, but I never met a dentist who would. I went to few because, you know, I had a problem with my teeth because they play up with them since I was a little kid. I believe that I never have a problem with my teeth because I never have any pain there, but as soon as we go with the school to dentist, they have to do something there. And but nobody ever told me about this miracle. And I wish I have this plant with me since the day one. So yeah, I introduced this plant to many people, recommended to many people. I swear by this plant because it would aid to heal anything, doesn't matter what it is. Of course, the books didn't even talk about dentistry. If you're interested, you can find a lot of information about addition information about aloe vera, how good that is for us humans. And it feels really nice on the skin. You really feel moisture of it, and it's cooling. It's a cooling ability, so now I put it on my forehead. It feels really nice and cool. I try to make it straight, yeah. And when I don't feel the coolness anymore, I just take it off. And then I put it back after just like few seconds. Because as I said before, it cools down very fast. It draws the heat if there is problem. So say if you put it on some part of your body and you you feel the heat coming out, there is something wrong there. So it's also like good indicator. You can do tests if you're suspicious you may have a problem with some part of your body. You can just apply the leaf of aloe, and if you feel the heat from it, there is something which requires healing, and for that you can start applying more and more on that place aloe vera. It's true that some places are awkward to band-aid it on. As I said, in that case you have to hold it, and you can do it on and off as it's comfortable for you. It it's work well, very well that way as well. But if you can put just stick it somehow on overnight, that's really big progress in a healing process. So one of my friends told me I should call Vera because I so love aloe vera. But my name is Kvietka, and I like my name because it's related to the flower. The energy is beautiful, and also if you have it indoor, it purifies the air. It's the ability to purify the air, so it's must to have at home. And I didn't finish. I remember now, if you live in cold places where you have a snow through the winter or very cold minus, what have you, take it indoor, very close to the light. Don't water it much at all because in the winter the plants go dormant. No plant wants through that time so much water. You can start watering with the spring when you know all the frost is Let till next year, to return next year, put it in a garden. If you don't have a garden, put it in a windowsill. If you don't have a proper windowsill, get some handyman or handywoman to make sure you can have a windowsill and balcony or garden. Just make sure it's outside, it's get the natural sun, natural light, all those beautiful healing things, and water it only like once in a month. Water it properly, make sure the whole soil is really soaked with the water, and then forget again about it. I love strawberries. I still have more, and I ate already also about that amount for today's breakfast, and it's quarter to 5, but today I slept till 11:45 because I went sleep 4 in the morning because I just was full of beans. I could not sleep. Not that I would worry or something, but this is normal, this is usual for me throughout all my life. Sometimes my mom, when she was at one work, she loved that job and she was there for many years. And she used to come home for a midday break that was from 12. What? I just checking time. I can't believe it. Anyway, she come home at 12 and I was still sleeping. And then I will wake up because I will open door. There was kitchen. From my room, you go to kitchen. And I woke up and she said, I can't believe you can sleep for so long. And so all my life, because I very rare have to use alarm clocks or somebody wake me up on certain time, I'm waking up naturally. And I learned through all my life, adult life or teenager life, to now, my sleep hours are never in really dead set pattern. I think that has people who wake up on alarms because their body just naturally even start waking up around that time. But the body is trained to do that. Look, I have to go. Time is flying. This is not last time I introducing you this beauty. Because when I'm going to do skincare, hair care, and so on, I will again come back to it. And the other things, of course. But this is, I use many herbs before or herbs before. But soon as I learned about aloe vera by using it and from the books, some of the books I read about it, I dropped most of the other herbs because I learned this is good for everything. Love this plant, love yourself, love others, never forget about the love because love is the best thing, best value you can gain on the earth. And if you don't have a love, everybody have some. If you don't have it enough, if you leaving room for also not love, then you very poor person. You not have nothing. People think, I'm so rich, I have a Ferrari, I have a mansion, I'm going to expensive holidays every year, I have that many lovers, and what have you? They not rich people if they don't have a love. And usually people who have so much, I was told by one lady many years ago, The people who have this so big riches, materialistic riches, they never got it in a good way. There was inner light. There was always involved some darkness. This is what you want at home. Make sure if you don't have it, please get it. It's not something nobody can afford. Everybody can afford it. Take care of it, grow it, use it when you need. Either a lack of energy would have you, and if it doesn't work, make sure you really look what's wrong with you, because there may be something so serious that not even fruit diet or drinking aloe would save you. With every injury, if you are aware, injury, we are aware, it comes with the pain, but with every unpleasantness, you have to make sure you know where is it come from if those things don't work. And soon as you feel any discomfort, take care of it right away. If you leave it longer, you leave it till it's get even worse, the much longer the healing process is going to take. So keep that on your mind. Take care of yourself, especially that love in your heart. Make sure it's growing, cultivate it, give it, receive it, and it will give you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and make all decisions based on love. If there is not love in it, leave it behind, go forward. Doesn't matter how difficult at times it can be. I wish you all best. I wish you great well-being. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope to see you here again next time. That's from me, and beautiful, beautiful, powerful, magical aloe vera. And don't forget to check that aloe vera candelabra. All the best.